Peter.
What?
It's not letting me get out of this.
What controller is it?
1.
Weird.
1. It's not.
Go in. Press the PS button. Go to controller settings. Put it on digital mode. Maybe this game doesn't support analog.
I guess. So that applies to the buttons?
Shouldn't. It says press any button.
I'm pressing any button. Peter, what's happened?
I don't.
Fuck.
Wait, go back in. Go back in. Go back to the PS menu again. Go to controller settings. I guess put it back on analog just so that way you can have analog. But
grabbing at straws.
I don't know.
Fuck. Peter. Is it?
Restart the game.
Restart it?
No, actually.
What? Let's just reset game.
Okay, reset game.
Fuck this shit. Well, hello.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's a fake. Ah!
Can you skip this?
Yay!
It's working.
Woo!
Oh.
Loading.
Such clever use of the backboard. So. Oh! Madden NFL 98.
Woo!
We are up to date. Latest
Party like it's 98. Woo! Get the lampshade.
Let's get this draft. Oh.
Yeah. This is Madden 98 for the PlayStation 1.
And it doesn't emulate well, apparently.
I think it's shit.
Come on, Sony. Can your emulator handle Madden 98?
Oh, fuck.
What
has happened?
Okay.
Oh, demo mode. Fuck. Yeah. Madden 98. It's either an emulation issue or a disc issue. I personally think it's a disc issue.
I mean, would a disc issue would just be like, I don't know. I feel like it's an emulation.
I mean, it's
issue.
a particular segment that it's always the menus. I mean, and they get worse over time. I don't know. I mean, I feel like emulation would be more drastic or would affect the textures rather than like the screen overlay. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know much about how emulation works.
I mean, it's running. Is it even technically emulating it? I thought it was running like separate hardware on the system.
No, I'm pretty sure the PS1 games are emulated.
Well,
I'm pretty sure. I'm not really. I mean, if they aren't, then there wouldn't be any issues on like remember Crash Bandicoot has that save issue with emulation.
I don't know. It just,
maybe it's partially. Maybe some of it's emulated, some of it's on a chip.
I mean, I guess it's just one of those things where I haven't seen it enough for me to instantly jump to that conclusion that it's emulation. But then again, we've been playing so many obscure PlayStation 1 titles recently that, I mean, all possibility is the case. So,
yep.
Kind of a throwback. You got your typical exhibition that's basically a quick play. Your season. Custom season, I'm guessing that's where you can alter teams and divisions and all that stuff. A little bit more complex than nowadays. Got a tournament, brackets, I suppose. Fantasy draft, which I guess just is you altering the rosters. Usually fantasy draft is saved for season mode because, you know, it doesn't do you much good drafting when you already have teams established for the game. And then front office, I mean, okay, no, wait, that's roster management. So then, oh shit, okay, I'm not gonna mess with that.
Yeah.
And game options, you know, all that shit. And then we got backup options?
I guess that's just a backup of your save games, maybe.
I guess it's just save management. Yeah, I mean, from what I can remember,
Oh, this song.
the best song.
This is
ever.
classic.
Peter loves this song.
I've never played Madden 98 when I was a kid, but already this song is classic to me just from playing it earlier. Like, this should be in every Madden game.
It should.
Screw EA tracks except for the ones in Burnout.
Yeah, we were talking about that right before recording. He's like, wait a minute, Peter. Don't go signing off just yet. Yeah, so, got your away teams, your home teams, and you also got, because this is a throwback for those of you who might not be in the know, this is back when the NFL was established with, 30 teams. 15 teams to a division, 15 teams to a conference, 5 teams to a division. Nowadays, it's 32 teams, and they just divide it up by 4, so 4 teams per division, 4 divisions per conference. So that's why you got the Oilers, now are the Tennessee Titans, and from what I can tell, you're missing your Houston Texans, and, what was the other one? I'm trying to remember what it was. Houston Texans and Browns? I think it was Browns, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the Browns.
Yeah.
See, we should do practice rounds on all of our slices. It's going so much more smoothly.
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you, like, we might release the video, maybe not, we'll see, but we recorded a video before this, and it just so happened that I was using the wrong recording device. We got our mic set up right now, but beforehand, we think it was recording from my laptop built-in mic, so it was giving him a lot more reverb. So I guess that's something to keep in mind. A slice will no longer be a slice. It's just going to be us playing a game we may have already played, maybe. So
yeah, well, I mean, I still consider it a slice. I mean, even if we've played it, as long as we've only played it a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, although we did that Crash Bandicoot slice.
I mean, this isn't a cold play or anything.
No.
I guess we'll just go with Ohio teams. Yeah, this is weird. These teams you're seeing here are throwback teams, and from what I can tell, most of them are just the 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl that year. 64 being an exception, it looks like. So they got, like in this case, they got the Browns. It's kind of weird though, because most of the time when they do this, they kind of give them really high boosted stats, but Browns are 80. Comparable to the Bengals in 98, so, and that wasn't very good.
Yeah.
We were not a good team, and even now you could argue we're not a great team, and we were certainly better. So we'll play a game. Just keep it short. Oh. We're already missing some options. I can't go to 1 or 2 minutes. Guess we'll go 3. Fair. No.
1 minute.
I want it snow.
Dude, make it the greatest snowstorm.
That's all I can do. I can just make it snow. There's no live weather update. Not like... Okay, yeah, and it looks like they got records if you have a user profile. So 2 people wanted to go to head-to-head, but they want to kind of have their record. Then they could do that.
I love how the music just keeps looping. Like, there was other tracks, but it just keeps looping the same one that it's already loaded up instead of switching to a different one.
There's really other tracks?
Well, there was a different song that played when you were in that other menu.
Huh. Wow. I wasn't paying too close attention. It's a lot of it's instrumental, so.
Yeah. But it's classic.
It's classic Madden.
It makes me want to yell, boom! Boom!
It's off Hulk. It's off Hulk. All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to
we're
Cleveland,
at Cleveland,
Ohio, where the Cincinnati Bengals have rolled into town to go up against the Cleveland.
So is this full 3D? These polygons?
Well, it might surprise you, but it's...
Woof.
What?
As the sign in the background says, woof, 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 woof.
Yeah, the doghouse. Yeah, no, it's actually over 100 motion captured sprites.
Oh, yeah, what did this get? What did this have?
I think it was
Super Sprites? What was it?
I don't know.
Super Sprites.
I want to call it.
Tails it is.
Woo! Do I win? I want to receive. So I can
Cincinnati
get on offense real quick.
and elects to
Because I don't
receive.
think I want to go a whole quarter. Better yet, a whole half. Okay. Yeah, so one of the big differences between this one and current Madden games,
Number 76 gets set to kick it off.
aside from any graphical changes, is at least as far as plays go, if you're going to do a passing play, you have you have to press you have to press X twice. One to snap the ball, and then you have to hit it
So it's
again to
first
show
and
your
10
open
on their
receivers.
own 21.
Unlike now, where it just goes straight into a pass play. So I mean, it took us a while to figure that out the first time. So thank God.
So basically, instead of it defaulting to pass, it defaults to run automatically. And then to
yeah,
pass.
Number 22
yeah,
with the tackle.
which is never good. It took me by surprise, but thank God we played it before.
Yeah.
Now we know. Now we know.
Now we know, and knowing's half the battle.
Literally, in this case, it's literally half the battle. It's half of your plays. Oh shit! Woo!
Oh.
Dunn makes the catch for a gain of 15.
But yeah, I was thinking, like, as far as the graphical glitches go, maybe it's to better emulate the broadcasts of the time, you know? Didn't
What?
have HD, just had that tube TV. You know,
Oh yeah.
get a little bit of fuzz
That's
in
our
there.
conspiracy. We're giving them benefit of the doubt by saying they're emulating shit
Short
broadcasting
gain on the
back
play.
when we were on all on antennas.
So it's 2nd and 10 from
Uh,
their own 41.
Yeah. I'm a pretty big football buff. Peter is not,
No, sir.
which is why I am in control of the helm at the moment. I don't know everything there is to know, but I know enough to get by. I can have a coherent conversation. Huh. D. Scott. I wonder if he has any relation to
Scott with a
Bernard
15-yard
Scott, who
gain on the
now
pass.
plays on the Bengals, or has been playing on the Bengals for a while now. Or was it Leonard Scott? Fuck, I've already forgotten his name. I know his last name is Scott. Oh, I'm so bad.
So how many, like, how do the plays compare? Like, do you have a lot of the same plays, or do they get more?
A lot of it's kept the same over time. Whoa.
Delay of game.
Oh, poor shit.
Gotta watch that timer.
I was hitting the X button and it's like, no. It's like, no, it will not register. Plays are about the same. Naturally, teams over time, as they change their roster, will adjust their play style. So in this case, from what I can tell, it's a little bit more run focused than it was when Carson Palmer came into the scene.
Yeah.
Because he was proclaimed to be this awesome passer, which he never actually turned out to be.
At the end of the first quarter.
So,
it's
but
the
in
Browns
as far as depth is
the
concerned,
Bengals.
it's
No.
actually pretty much on par, if not exceeding its bounds a little bit by just how much information. I think it's a lot more coherently delivered nowadays, but I mean, for the time, it got by. It got itself by. It was all right. And no one. Oh shit! Nah.
Complete.
What's the down? Okay, it's third, so I have to go for it
It'll be
here.
3rd and long
I have to,
on their own 49.
Try to throw that. All right, we're gonna go with a quick slant. I never got, like, the Browns are always in desperate need of a mascot. Like, they got this weird ass elf going on. I never understood
For a
it.
gain of 8.
And the reason why you saw that wolf is it's like the doghouse or something. I mean, it's
So
I don't
it'll
know
be
what
4th
to
and
call
8
it. They
at
just
the 43.
Not
they have this weird name for their stadium.
Not the Elf House.
Not the Elf House, the Keebler Stadium.
The Keebler.
The Keebler. The Keebler. Oh, fuck. Whatever. Actually, that's all right. That's all right. Yeah. I mean, it was a bad kick, but it actually turned out to be quite effective. Oh,
So what I want you to do is to manually put in the current day rosters for every team.
No.
And then we'll play.
It already takes them a whole year to do that. You can't. No! Oh! Bullshit. Absolute horseshit.
Number 32 with a
No, that's
26-yard
just
gain on the
that's
run.
asking too much, Peter.
It doesn't take them a whole year. It takes them 8 months.
Incomplete.
Yay.
So it's now 2nd and 10 on their own 38.
So what is there like a new big thing about Madden this year? Or if they even said anything? I don't even.
Oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck?
What's going on?
I was trying to hit buttons and it wasn't giving me anything. I don't know. This year, from what I've heard, I haven't heard too much. I mean, in my opinion, all these new features ever are old features that they've taken out before and are putting back in with some tweaking.
Yeah.
For instance, like I can't be entirely 100% sure on this because obviously they haven't done it yet. But as far as team creation, it used to be a lot more flexible back in the day, and now it's just gone to shit. It's just really bad now. It's really limited. I'm the kind of guy who loves to make his own team, just make up weird ass shit. Oh, I did not do punt return. Shit, I wasn't paying attention. But from what I can tell you now, despite it, since it's been held back a lot, I guarantee you maybe in the next few years they might start advertising it as expanded or changed or altered. Maybe not anytime soon because no one really cares about that. That's how they've been able to get away with it for so long.
Yeah.
But getting away with the reduction and the customization options. But that's the gist of what I get.
Like, you would think that they would have added that stuff back in by now. I mean, we're in year 7 of these consoles. Like, they should be able to do this by now.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, I see no technical reason.
Like, the first year, it's like, okay, they're trying to get it on the new consoles, okay. Second year, it's like, well, maybe they're having some trouble. Third year, like, where is it? Fourth year, what? Fifth year and beyond, it's like, okay, guys.
Well, yeah, and I'll just come across, like, it'll say what they've improved upon, and then I'm like, wait, didn't you already have that feature? Like, there was some. I feel like there was a stick, like you could use the stick as like your hand to kind of push guys, like keep guys from getting to you, like a stiff arm.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've advertised that just recently, and I'm like, wait, wasn't that already a feature? I don't know. I feel like it was. Maybe they altered it somehow. I wouldn't know because if they are making changes to it, they're doing a terrible job advertising those changes. This thing has the same acceleration issue that they had with the Sammy Sosa softball slam.
Maybe it was just a thing back then.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe every game has it, and I'm just stupid. I just feel like I feel like I've only ever had this experience with these games. So, wow, isn't football fun? Oh, you.
Number 42.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't spent enough time with this game to tell you. Like, if I were to put myself in the shoes of a nostalgic boy from way back when, I could not honestly tell you if this holds up compared to the newer Madden games. Like, it's not bad. For the time, it's actually, I'm sure it was great. Because I'm kind of enjoying it now that I got the main mechanics down, and I can actually put some yards on the board, but...
Yeah.
Well, yards, not points, but you know what I mean.
2nd and 10 and 37.
Well, I mean, I never played Madden back then, but when I was younger, I would play some NBA game on the PS1 at my cousin's house. I don't really remember which one it was, but like when I look back at it now, it's like, oh, I thought that this looked amazing, and I thought it was in full 3D, but really it was just a bunch of 2D sprites for the characters. So I'm sure back then this probably looked like, oh my god, it's almost like a TV broadcast, you know?
Yeah.
Especially on a smaller TV and like the one that we're currently playing on.
Yeah. The biggest issue with Madden games now, I feel, is they've entered that uncanny valley territory. Like right here, they don't have any like close-up images of the characters. They don't have any like FMV shit. It's all really basic. You don't need to know a lot about these teams or these players to enjoy yourself. I did it again. Didn't pay attention. It just seems really generic, which, nowadays we consider that a bad thing, but for the time, I think it would be a passable thing to say. It'd be all right. But nowadays they're trying to do like motion capped not animation, but movement.
Well, you see,
it all works bad.
The thing that always holds me back from like playing Madden or anything, like I have an interest in playing a football game, but it's always so in depth.
Yeah.
Like I played NFL Street, and that was a good. I played the first 2 of those games. I never played the third one, but those were both really good.
Didn't the third one have Chad Ochocinco?
Yeah,
on it?
It did on the cover, and I don't know why I didn't get it for some reason. I think I didn't have enough money or something.
Yeah.
Also, I think I heard that like the third one wasn't as good as the second one, so I just kept playing the second one. But like those were really good and they were clever, and they were simplified, but you could do a lot of cool moves, and basically it was basically football for the kind of people that don't have the patience to go through all the simulation stuff, but it's basically the Tony Hawk of like football. Like, Tony Hawk games aren't realistic at all, but you can do some cool stuff pretty easily if you just put time into it,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was my biggest qualm. That's why I'm kind of warming up to this experience right now, just because. Oh shit. I'm kind of warming up to this experience just because it's been simple so far, at least because I've been playing Exhibition. But even then, the season looks like it's well paced. It focuses only on what you care about. The Madden games out now, you can do all kinds of weird ass shit like adjust the prices for a hot dog at the stadium. It's needlessly excessive.
Like, I always thought that was weird. Like, they're getting so in depth now. Like, and then people ask for this type of stuff. Like, I was reading. Actually, I might not have been reading it. I think it might have been on a podcast. But on some podcast, someone was mentioning how he couldn't wait until you could control like merchandise and stuff in Madden, like be able to.
You can already do that.
He was excited about how they had added in the fact that you could sell, like, you could say, oh, I want to make our jerseys cost this much at the store, and our helmets cost this much to people that want to buy them, and like,
so dumb.
And it's like.
It turns into a marketing sim at that point. Why would you want a marketing sim? You got Madden.
Yeah, I want to play football. I don't want to be managing my retail chain. It's like, I don't understand that.
I mean, it's probably really simple to implement, but it's just so needless. It's, if you want to give me a pretty awesome like season experience, I want to be able to make and edit and rearrange my own divisions. I want to be able to change the rules in the NFL. I know this is probably going to violate some sort of copyright or something, but I want to do it. Like, there is a formula for all of this stuff in the NFL now. I want to be able to change it.
See, that's one of the things I think that holds them back is they've even said this. A lot of things the NFL just won't let them do it. Like, what was that football game that came out a few years ago that was
Backbreaker?
Backbreaker is all about the intensity of like the tackles and stuff. The NFL doesn't want that stuff because they want to make like the NFL seem like a family experience, but it's like, it's football. People get killed, like not killed, but like, people get very seriously injured at this sport. And
I hate this game.
I think that some sort of intensity, like that kind of stuff, should be added into the NFL games.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah, no, like If only do you know if the Euphoria engine is up for like licensing? Like, can you?
Yeah, anyone can license it.
See, because that's what bums me out. Like, I don't want to tell EA what they should and shouldn't do as far as game engine, because I'm sure that could cost them a shit ton on commission. But you know, if they would use the Euphoria engine, I would be fucking pumped. Like, it was a great engine to run Backbreaker on. It made all the tackles look so fluid and so like fully realized. It just worked.
Yeah.
And I mean, sure, Backbreaker had its share of flaws, but what it did for customization that Madden had neglected for so long, I mean, it did it great. It did it better than it, as far as I could tell, any other football game did. As far as customization, the gameplay itself was, I mean, it had to be patched bad, and it did get patched. But
oh really?
Oh yeah. There were interceptions like crazy. But it did do a lot of other stuff. Like, it cut a lot of the crap out, like all this, the screen text. It made the perspective rather than the whole field. It did it from right behind the player. Like, it was pretty sweet. It made it feel more intense. It got you close into the action.
Yeah.
You couldn't see everything that was going on the field.
Exactly.
And that's
like,
how it should be. It added a level of challenge.
That's the kind of stuff that NFL Street did. Like, I don't know if you played it. Did you ever play it, Joe?
I did play it a little bit.
Like, when you went for a long pass, it would zoom into the ball and like it would have the sound effect of the ball spinning, and you'd be like, oh shit, is it gonna make it? And then it made it, and you're like, yes.
Backbreaker was a little bit less. It was more so you would play as the quarterback. You would throw the ball. You wouldn't follow the ball. You were the quarterback. And, I mean, that seems kind of boring, not being able to run it. But then when you did running plays, having to find a gap and run through it, now that was the best kind of madness you could have. Oh, shit. Oh, he could have gotten that. Bums me
So
out.
it's now 4th and 10 from the 24.
From the 24.
Oh, wait, what am I doing? Oh, crap, I gotta go back. Oh, shit. Yeah, at this point, I'm just kind of like killing time. I mean, I'm not. I'm just discussing these important things with you because there isn't too much left in this game. I'm probably gonna lose just because I'm not very good at this version of the game.
Yeah.
And I'm actually surprised by how hands-off Madden is in this game, because the way people always characterize it is like, oh, it's him saying boom 13 more times in this new iteration. Is like, I haven't heard him say boom yet in any iteration. I don't know.
Well, it's usually just in his actual like commentary of real games.
I guess. Okay. I can't do this much longer.
Okay.
I think you just need to take it for what it is. This is back when abort game was an acceptable terminology.
Abort
the babies. No.
Oh man, I got something stuck in my throat.
What?
Ugh.
Ew. 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 So, that's mostly Madden 98.
It's got the horns. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and that's all it needs.
Oh, there it is.
I've only ever heard this song on here.
It must be a Madden thing.